There's and you see our choker setters down there? And got the tong tosser out. And they need to put some weight on the end of that so they can actually toss it. But anyway, so I don't know why all three of them are down there at one time. When you tong toss and you take turns, or should be. But anyway, so they're going to set chokers. You can see where it goes right up in the boom there, and then onto the back. God, those drums are fast. Productive, oh my. But anyways, right there in the what we call the horse head, the boom of the shovel, where the grapples are, them shivs, it's the same exact setup that's in the Eagle and the Acme, the clamping spitter carriages. It's got that wheel in there, so when he activates the drum to go out, that the hydraulic wheel's in there turning all the time, and then another one sets down on top of it and helps spit it out. So it's slacking from the drum, pushing it out, and then this little wheel is, and a good tong tosser, I've seen them throw them, especially on ground like this, shoot, they could throw them 300-400 feet easy, even in a thin. There's some guys out there that are phenomenal tong toss throwers, or tong throwers, I guess you want. Uh-oh, somebody got a clamp. Come on, boys. Come on. Get it set. Let's go. Why are they coming all the way up every time? All three of them. Holy crap, they're going to be tired by the end of the day. What you need to do is, two of them need to be standing up here, throw the chokers, one's down there, and I'd only set two chokers. Bam, bam, set it, comes up, that guy is taking his time coming up the hill, another guy, especially if they're not throwing them, and just leave one guy here to unbell the chokers. Here we go. Oh, we may have to move that log for him. See if we can get some video of him. Yeah, see, he's not doing, he needs some weight on it. He's not doing it the way I've seen other guys do it. But I'm not gonna complain too much because I've never actually thrown. So, can't piss and moan about something you haven't done. See, that ain't bad. The two of those guys should have just stayed down there.
I'm stuck.
What do you mean you're stuck?
I'm stuck behind the pile.
Oh, copy. Yeah. Well, if you haven't done any majoring or anything, right now would be a good time to do it.
Yeah, good idea.
So anyway, yeah, leave the one guy here to unbell, two guys, he's throwing them that far. If it was me, I would just step right out here, that tree right there, you're safe. So, like I said, that's part of the reason I'm going to go out in the brush, too, is to help these boys out. They're all good hands, they just need a little learning. Some more, if we can't get some more of that tong tossing, come out. Oh, boss is on the phone. I think I've heard some people, like over in Idaho, call it jamming or something like that, loader jamming. These guys here, since we don't have anybody that can really throw choker that well, they call it, instead of calling it tong tossing, they call it tong pulling. I know a couple of guys that run tong thrower, and it can be done. They can throw those darn things quite a ways. Pretty impressive, really. But, I mean, you look at what's here, too. This is pretty productive. A truck that's coming back here shortly, that'll be my 8th load today. And they're actually gaining on us, so 8 loads a day for 2 shovels, and what do we got? 3 guys on the ground? Jeez. You know, it's all, pretty much all profit. That's a lot. And plus, my main reason for wanting a tong toss is because, well, you see how steep the ground is. So you rig the yarder up and you start pulling turns in. Well, your first half hour on a road, the choker setters are going to spend more time standing in the clear waiting for the shovel operator or the processor, whichever way, to get the logs out of the way before they can get in there and pull their drop line, you know, safely. So doing this, you go along the first 100 feet of the road or so and pull all the logs off the first 100 feet or so, and then you don't have that much downtime while you're waiting.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah, 10-4. Have a good afternoon.
You guys do the same.
Anyways, and like right here, if you see, that right there's the cut line. So it's only 150, 200.
Yeah, we broke down. Stroker broke down.
250 feet. So. Who are you guys working for?
Warehouser.
Oh, 10-4, 10-4. Anyways, it's only 150, 200 feet down there to the cut line anyways, so by the time you rig a yarder up, run the layout around, hang the skyline, and go to work, you pretty much killed all your profit because of the time it takes to rig it up. And then
I bet I can make that right there.
you know, there's only maybe an hour and a half worth of logging, and then you're going to move the yarder again or change roads. You know, in a situation like this, you'd want to wagon wheel it so you'd set in one spot and have like 3 or 4 or 5, 6, like right here, you could probably get 6 corridors here, so that way you're not moving the yarder as much. So, but, like I say, the tong tossing, a couple hours of tong tossing, it's done. We didn't have to rig the yarder up or nothing, so that's the advantage for us. Great big advantage, if you ask me. I think it is. It makes a big difference. You know, and one, like I say, one of the biggest differences, the yarder would be sitting right here, so you wouldn't have hardly nothing for landing. So logs would either want to be running back all the time, so you'd absolutely have to have a hold of them and pull them out of there before them guys could get in there safely. So I mean, it's just win-win-win. Oh, excuse me. I do want to say I got a couple of messages or comments the other day that were quite, and I deleted them as soon as I seen them. And just like with Buckin's channel, you know, I don't want any negativity on this channel at all. So if I don't see it before you guys do, don't even engage with it. Just leave it alone and I'll take care of it, get rid of it, because we don't need that. Nobody needs that. It's not worth it. That's not why we're here doing this. So, you know, if people want to say and do those kind of things, they can go on somebody else's channel and do it. And we don't need it over here. There's too many good people on this channel to have to see that or read it, or, you know, we don't need it. So if you see it, just don't engage, leave it alone. You know, you could shoot me a message real quick and just say, hey, you might want to check this out, and you know, I'll get rid of it real quick. Come on, boys. What I really need is to figure out some way to lock this door open. I hate this dang thing. I guess I could take a ratchet strap and tie it to the door handle and tie it open. It's swinging back and forth all the time. I'm going to end up breaking that little cylinder off, and then the boss will be really mad. Oh, here we go. Do. Oh, yeah, see, I wouldn't make a very good tong tosser operator because I don't like the feeling, you know, when you shovel log in and your tracks lift, that's one thing, but you got a line tied to you out there, you need to have your tracks this way, and that would help some. And then a couple other guys I work for, they'd walk up on a log And that way it had to lift the weight past its pivot point. You see what I'm saying? And that helps too, but getting too big of turns doesn't help any. Hey! This is an LS98, not a BU98! I don't think they understand the reference. An LS98 is it's a link belt line shovel, and a BU98 is one of the biggest yarders ever made. Big 8-guy line, 110-foot triple drum wood getting SOB. I can guarantee you that. Anyways, I had an old boy yell that at me one time. We were pulling line off of a 98 link belt shovel, the old line shovels, and he yelled the same thing. This is an LS98, not a BU98. Yes, sir.